I'll make you famous.
Never talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
Coming to King, you best not miss.
talk to me like that again. You hear me? Huh?
Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones definitely in the building rocking out with us. Listen, I don't know what's been going on. Ever since I came back from vacation, our numbers are crazy for about the first, 10, 15 minutes, something like that. I don't know. Like, there's 12 people in here right now. And this is the hottest show online. I don't know what's going on, people. I don't know what's going on. You guys are going to have to share the show, hit that like button, get with us like we get with you, rock on out with us. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother AJ in the building. Kicking it with us one more again, they say, right? You know what? We might as well get our people in the house. Let's go. TikTok. Get your funky. Let's go. And I do mean let's go, TikTok. We're going to do this like this. We don't need the phone charging right now because we're going to dig deep off up into this thing today. Listen, I understand this. I understand a couple of things. I promise I do. I understand even men ourselves. We're getting tired of having these conversations. You think we're not? You think we're not getting tired of having these conversations? Oh, I got to see this. Trash. This is what they're good at. Unfreaking believable. All right, let's get on in here with our people. The things that we see a lot of these women do, it makes you think, do you even love yourself? Is all you know how to do with yourself is broadcast sexuality? Could you imagine that being your only gift, that being your only talent or whatever it is? Like you have to show your naked body just to get some type of validation and feel like you're somebody. That is insane to me. That is a hell of a way to live. Let's go. If we're going to go, let's go. Don't tell me. Oh, this is a problem. Shit. Jeez. Let's go, Instagram. Rock on out with us. Let's get to it, Instagram. You already know what it is. Okay, there we are. We got Instagram, we got YouTube, we got Facebook. Facebook. We got TikTok definitely rocking with us. Shout out to my girl Yoli down there in the comments kicking it with us. Listen, what we're talking about today, people, I get it. I swear I get it. A lot of people have the right to be tired about hearing about men complaining about women. Men are tired of hearing what? Let me see something. Okay. Men are, listen, you need to understand this. If men are the ones who are exhorting the energy and the time to talk about these subjects, you think we're not talking about this? You think we're not tired of talking about this? The reason that you guys hear men on multitudes of podcasts discussing women's behavior is because that is our world. Without the women, things can't go right for communities. Without the women, things cannot go right for the communities. If you have a bunch of women who are supposed to be the mothers of society, who are supposed to be the grandmothers of society, who are supposed to be the ones that the Bible was saying, and older ladies, teach the younger ladies. If those women have went rogue, who's going to teach the kids when they come out of the womb? Who are the kids going to get their nurturing from when they come out of the womb? Who's going to give the kids everything that they're supposed to get from our grandmothers, our aunties, and our mothers if those women have went rogue? See, what you guys don't understand is men see into the future. We see what happens when a community doesn't have women to work with them. How come you guys don't understand that? We've heard a lot of women say, what do they say? Well, let me make sure that the audio appears to be on point. Okay. We've heard women say, why y'all worried about what we do? Because unfortunately, what you do in real time physically affects us. It does. It determines how the generation who's coming behind us, how they turn out. It determines how they will represent us when they come behind us. No, Diddy. A race needs representation. People will judge races based off of their image, based off of their brand. Why in the hell is this shirt so out of whack with me? Right? This is how you get in right standing with society, because if the generation of kids who are coming behind us, if they have a bad reputation and people don't like them, society won't do business with them. People who have resources won't barter with them. They won't trade with them and things like that. And if people who have the resources won't trade and barter with our children who are coming behind us, then how will they survive? Think about this. Culture saves the lives of their people. Man, where does culture come from? Tell me where culture comes from. And I'm gonna wait. I want you to tell me where culture comes from. She says culture saves the lives of their people. Tell us where culture comes from, Miss TP. I do agree with you, but I want to know, where does culture come from? Yes, look. Arts and Pop Culture Show said those older women, see, the women that we have today aren't even suitable to be teaching our children. Those are like bad Apple iPhone updates. They're teaching the girls to twerk. They're teaching them to dress and dance provocatively. That's an issue. That's definitely an issue. Culture is teachings that have been passed down generation after generation after generation. That's what culture is. It's how you establish to a group of people when you're going too far. Boundary lines that you don't cross. things that this group of people are not known for doing and won't participate in. That's culture. Culture is established by the generations that came before you. Without the women, men cannot step in and run an entire community. It can't be done. Especially seeing that you guys have privilege from the American government. If we tried to really forcefully impute the right teachings in these communities, I wish you would, your black ass be in jail. That's why you guys hear people continually talking about women today. Because you're behaving so badly to where it destroys communities. We can't get up. If the things that keep happening are happening right now keep happening, every generation that comes behind us, other communities will have advantages over them. We shouldn't be worrying about us right now. We shouldn't be worried about us. We should be building something so that life is more comfortable for the generations who are going to come behind us. Right? Listen, something bad is going wrong. I want to see what how she responded. The hell is this? What just happened? What the hell is that? TikTok, do you guys see that? It's crazy. What the hell is this? People, I don't even know what to do with this. I've never seen this. Let me see. I don't know what to do with this. I had to end that. I've never seen that damn thing do that. So I hate that we have to rely on these people's technology. They really have us. All right, let's try this again. Listen, and what we often think that it's a dire shame that men and women, we think it's a dire shame that men and women are having to explain to these women how far out of pocket they've gotten. It is a shame. We have to explain to you guys that what you're doing and how you're behaving is heinous. I want to show you guys something. It's not just men.
Comment.
Across the board, Black women are the lowest in terms of dating and marrying. In fact, actually,
Comment.
across the board, Black women are the lowest in terms of dating and marrying. In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most. We're for the streets. We're twerking. We're doing the most. We dominate rap in the culture that is very sexual, especially in the U.S. So a lot of men see us as.
For those of you who like to say men are bashing women, women are coming out and saying this shit is unacceptable. It's not men who are bashing women. Most people who have good understanding are observing what's taking place in the African American community, and they're analyzing and assessing where the core of this dysfunction and these large-scale problems they believe are coming from. And a lot of it is pointed towards the women of the community. We're not even going to say in the African American community. Women in society as a whole are about to destroy this entire society. The things that you guys are doing, there is nothing about it that it's respectful. You guys are getting trains ran on you. You're hypersexual. You don't care about the things that are the glue to communities. You teach your children at 6 and 7 years old debaucherous ways, dance moves that are over. Where's it at? Where's it at? Can I find this? Can I find it? Let me see here. Let me see if I could find it. I can't find it. I'm not even going to look for it. But what I'm telling you guys is this. The world has come to a place where it's fed up with watching you guys. Listen, we know that you don't mind destroying society because look what you do to your own lives. It's insane to us. You guys do things to your lives that all but ensure that you will die alone. And it's crazy to us. Listen, there's nobody who can say, well, I didn't even know doing that will mess up my dating value and blah. That's what trips us out. So many shows and just so many information has been spread out there that lets you know the things that you really, really, really don't want to do and the things that will come with high level repercussions if you do them. But listen, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Since you guys say that men are bashing women, let's see what she says.
Comment.
Across the board, Black women are the lowest in terms of dating and marrying. In fact, actually, Black women are high in dating because we give up sex the most. We're for the streets. We're twerking. We're doing we're doing the most. We dominate rap in the culture that is very sexual, especially in the US. So a lot of men see us as easy targets to, to have sex with. And we have the highest rate of having children outside of marriage, wedlock. And so men see us as bed wenches, easy to have sex with, but they don't see us as valuable wives. Our culture, especially in the US, I don't know how it is in the UK. I know it's a little different, but our family structure is so broken.
Okay. TP said you gotta go where the high value women are. Give me a second. Boom. She said you gotta go where the high value women are. You have the bar set so low. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but a large multitude of great minds suggest that in the Black community, it has gotten to the point where you cannot tell the difference between our hoes and our bust downs and our classy, successful women. You can't. They all dress the same. They talk the same. Period. They all talk the same. They all wear the same eyelashes. They all have the same hyper. They just have a judge in Atlanta that just got busted, on several occasions, getting her butt blasted in the judge's chambers by the chief of police. So as it pertains to you saying we have to go where the high value women are, where are they at, ma'am? Who hasn't been touched by this ratchet Jezebel jigaboo culture? Think about it. We can't tell the difference between our ratchet ghetto hoes and the women who are supposed to be classy. Our classy women have dipped their fingers into the trends that our ghetto ratchet hoes dominate. It's almost as if they believe if they're left out of the trends and things like that, they're not really Black. Think about it. Just out of pocket. And here's what we know about everything that I'm saying right now. There's one cure for it. There's one cure for it. To stop all of this nonsense, to get women back in pocket. If women will not surrender to being led by men, people will continue to look at you like you are trash. Black women have been ranked the most undesirable group of women on the entire planet to date. No one wants them. No one wants Black women. Somebody prove me wrong. Someone prove me wrong. I'm going to wait. Someone prove me wrong. Listen, even our grandmothers, I truly believe that our grandmothers would have been ratchet ghetto hoes. I'm talking about our grandmothers who have these amazing reputations. I'm talking about your grandmother. I'm talking about my loving grandmother who the whole city loves. I believe a significant portion of them would have been hoes and bust downs had our grandfathers not had such a tight hold on them. They had to ask before they went spending excessive amounts of money. They couldn't just get up and go on the other side of town and get their butts blew out. They were governed correctly. It's not that our grandmothers were more amazing women than these women today, even though there were some advantages back then because they didn't have certain temptations like social media and 100% access outlets. But our grandmothers were women too. The only difference between, and even then, the reason that we know that our grandmothers would have been hoes and bust downs too is because even then they were finding out. Mama's baby, daddy's maybe. They were trickling. It was trickling happening then. It was happening then. But our grandmothers had to check with our grandfathers so often before they made major decisions to where they weren't able to destroy their own lives. Guess when everything fell apart? When women got equal rights. When women got equal rights, that's when they obtained the ability to do things that women should not be able to do. When the American government stepped in and assisted them in escaping from their men. You guys are terrible now. We don't desire to say this, but you guys are terrible. Men wouldn't dare go raw in you these days. Not a quality man. I know about myself. There has been women who have gotten offended when I pulled the condom out like, hey, are you ignorant? I'm not going bareback on you. You? You're just for fun. You see, I call you like 2-3 times a month. Right? Your lives will not be okay. Listen to me. I promise you, ladies, your lives will not be okay until you come back under the leadership of men. I promise you. Look at you. Listen, check this out. Answer me this simple question. Tell me who you think the problem is today in society. Do you think it's married women or single women? I want to see what people say. Hey, whoever was just trying to come up on Instagram, I was about to bring you up, but you dropped off. Exactly. It's single women. Listen, single women are the problem with society. It's not married women. Married women have someone governing them, making sure that they don't go too far. You guys are undesirable in the eyes of men. Men aren't cuffing you for anything serious. They just want to touch you. And listen, we had somebody come up yesterday. We had somebody come up yesterday and said, girl, they just don't know what type of attention women can get. You're bragging because we'll bust you down and play with your butt? That's not a compliment, ladies. That is not a compliment. That I will swing up on you once or twice a month and then you don't hear from me. After we do our due, you don't hear from me. That's not a compliment. Tell me how your day's going.
Pretty good. I look crazy, but it's going good.
When you got that good hair, it don't really matter. Listen, what's wrong with women today?
There's so much wrong with people in general.
No, I'm talking about women.
Women, okay.
Here's why I said with women. Because at least when men are misbehaving, you can tell them, you can point out that bull crap that they just did, and they won't say things like, well, what about the women? We don't go delusional. There is no podcast here on earth anywhere where you will see a group of black men saying, no, we don't be gang banging and taking each other's life. You will never see that. But we do see women going delusional about the things that they're doing wrong. It's almost as if either we're not going to go as far as to say they don't know what they're doing wrong, but they figured out a way to convince themselves that the wrongs that they're doing aren't so wrong. So I'm going to ask you a question. Let's do this. My people want to hear. Let's do this. I want to ask you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10,
Yeah,
how out of pocket would you say today's women are?
very much so.
On a scale of 1 to 10, give it to me.
Like a 10. Like a 10.
Okay, I agree. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad do you think it is that it's even possible that men are finding out children that they have raised for years are not theirs?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. It's very possible. Like a 10.
Oh, okay, so here's what's so crazy about that, though. Here's what's so crazy about it. In order for that to happen, when you have when you're in a relationship and it turns out that the child wasn't the man who you're in a relationship with, that means you had to be letting multiple men nut inside of your body at the same time.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Levels. Jesus Christ.
That's like unbelievable. How can you be okay knowing that you're walking around with these multitudes of different guys fluid inside of you?
Jesus Christ. I don't know.
And so let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. So women say, ma'am, God is in this situation rocking out with us. Listen, women are saying, why do men keep on talking about women? Why are all these podcasts? Because women are an integral piece of communities.
Yeah.
Communities are makeups of multiple families. If we can't get the women to cooperate with us, then how can men who are very, very, very interested in families, men who families are very, very important to us, how can we keep families and communities going if we can't get the women to cooperate with us? We don't have to ask, are men doing things wrong too? Yes, we know that. But within the midst of all of the bullcrap that men are doing wrong, men's minds are still hell-bent on families and communities.
Yeah, as they should be. As they should be.
And this is why you guys are continuing to hear us day in and day out talk about some of the same subjects, because if this doesn't stop, we will increase the rate of children being raised without their fathers. And we know how children raised without their fathers turn out. That's where all of the BS that you hear about in society is coming from. Where you hear about people can't even go to concerts without hearing this. You think kids who are out there in those streets with those sticks are coming from two-parent households? No.
You know what? I wouldn't even say that's the foundation of it, the two-parent households. It's the type of parent that is there. Again, I've been on here before. I am a single mother. My son's father died when he was 2. It just, but there's a certain type of parent, single parent, that can raise a child.
Listen, if a single mom raises her children, if a single parent mom raises her children good, up under a certain culture with certain standards, the child is going to turn out better. This is just common sense. The child is going to turn out better than if it was raised with a mom who had bad morals. But even when that woman raises that child to the best of her ability, that child is still going to be inadequate and dysfunctional at about a 40% rate. That is how essential it is to have a man in your life. A woman cannot teach a boy how to become a man. Do you have a boy?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Has he ever came to you and asked you about how to properly jack off?
Dear God. He's asked me other questions about that area, which was very awkward.
You see what I mean? But hold on. Even you said that was awkward. Yeah. So that's a problem. And I agree with you. It should be awkward for a woman. That's where the dad steps in.
Yes, I have a village. He has male friends. They talk. There's a whole...
I think that's good.
Answers to the... Yeah.
I think that's good.
Yeah. And it's a lot.
If you have a situation where the father passed or something like that, the absolute next best thing that a woman can do is she can reach out to the males in her family and say, hey, I need the village. I need the village. This
You
boy
do,
is
you can't do
asking.
it
This
by
boy is
yourself.
asking about wet dreams. This boy is asking about sex. This boy is asking. Hey, and that's the next best thing that you can do.
But again, the parent that doesn't provide that for the kid, who gets the man out of the house, goes as far as to do that, what type of person is that? There's a certain type of person, and they are ill-educated. They're not very in-depth. They're only on the surface. They're not really caring for this kid. They don't understand what is needed.
The core word that you're looking for is selfish.
Very, very.
You think women, and the truth of the matter is, most people's situation isn't like yours. Most people aren't single mothers because they had their man and their man died. Most of these women are single mothers because they went to the club, saw someone that they thought was fine, and the next thing you know, he's blowing her butt out.
Yeah. Oh, dear God.
She doesn't even know his middle or last name. Girl, he was fine. That's all she knows. And then the next thing you know, I know people who have went on vacations to different countries and let the person from other country nut in them, and they came back home with a bastard child. Don't even know the guy's name. That's what I'm telling you. Listen, this all can be avoided. This all can be avoided, but very little effort is being applied to avoid it. The main focus is, girl, I bet he good in bed. I bet you that nigga make me nut 2-3 times.
Ew.
They're not even talking about condoms.
Do it yourself, bitch.
When I tell you these women have completely let go, like me myself, I have turned down some grade A punani. I think about 2 or 3 times in my life because there was no condom around. Wanted it bad. Bad.
Yeah,
Fought the
you need it.
temptations. Fought the temptations. But in my head, I said, I am either going to get her pregnant or I'm going to get burnt.
Ouch.
So all we're asking is that you at least ponder the repercussions before what you do. They're not even pondering. Go ahead.
I don't think people think that far ahead. Well, those people.
Well, there's people in other cultures who do, though. So that's why we can hold certain women to the stake. Because how can you tell us that Asian women can do it at a higher rate, but you can't?
It's so sad. Our culture was stripped.
I agree with that, too. I agree with that. I agree.
It's like, what's our culture now?
I agree with what you're saying. But do we keep harping on that, or do we find a way to do better?
Well, do we keep harping on how women are bad, or do we find a solution and just talk about that?
The solution is to keep fucking talking about it.
Oh. Yes, to an extent.
Imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine if every man in America today decided we will no longer discuss how bad women's behavior is. Tell me, hold on. Tell me how that would make things better.
It wouldn't. I thought you were going for everyone's on your page. That's literally what everyone's talking about. That's it.
No, there's multitudes of pages like this. Melanie King has a page like this.
Make it a law. Let's make it a law.
A law that nobody can talk about it? Okay.
No. A law that this is how it is. This is the bar. You break any of whatever you're saying, you go.
Well, I agree with that, sweetie. That needs to be done. I agree with that.
Right away.
Listen, I agree with what you're saying because I've pondered it several times. We do need to have a community, a panel of people who oversee us and can penalize us, almost in the court of law. But guess why we can't even create a governing body for us? Because the women won't cooperate. There's almost no, listen, there's almost no solution that you can present that will allow us to move forward without the women at least cooperating with us.
You can't save them all.
A large body of them, this feminism thing has decimated us.
I don't even like the no bras part. I'm just kidding.
It's like they think they're in a gang and they're against us.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think men and women are equal?
No.
Okay.
Just a girl.
That was adorable. You hear what she said? She said, I'm just a girl. Do you know that that's how you get men's attention? We don't want you to be fucking men.
Take out the trash.
Yeah. That's how you get men to do that stuff. You get us to do things by using your femininity to get us to do it. You think using masculine energy will get us to do any damn thing? You're going to call me bro? We in the bed and I'm beating it up. Bro.
Oh my God.
This thing that you guys are doing, calling men bro, that is not helping you. That is what men do to each other. We call each other bro. And we won't tolerate it, which is why you guys say that men treat women bad. No, we don't. We treat you according to what your value is.
Facts.
That's why we come over to your house at 3 a.m. Mount on top of you.
Bang, 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 bang. Daddy, bang.
And soon as we release, the first thing that you hear is the infamous belt buckle jingle. We reach for our pants, letting you know I'm up out of here. Or you'll get this soon as we release. Shit, what you about to do, shorty?
Ooh.
That means I'm out of here. The only thing that I saw valuable about you, I've already gotten it. Now I'm up out of here. May, I'm up in this situation rocking with us. Sweets over here dropping the galaxy with us. Okay, listen, my people on TikTok know that they've been neglecting the show. My people are starting to make up for it today. I appreciate it. But see, this is why we have to continue to talk about this, because I agree with you. You said we can't save everybody, right?
Unfortunately.
But do you know how many individual women who used to hate my guts are now some of the main subscribers of this show?
They grew up?
They grew up, sweetie. They grew up.
They grew up.
They found a way to listen to the information. A couple of them over the last course of the years, a couple of them has said, I just want you to know, Mr. Prince, since I've been watching your show, my husband can see the difference in me. I used to like talk back. I didn't think it was such a big deal. She said, my sons can see the difference in me. She didn't know how to be feminine.
Good for her.
And I'm not knocking her for that, because I respect that if you come across the information, you're willing to change. The people who are the problem are the people who just simply aren't willing to change. You want to keep on doing things that destroy communities.
Their pride got in the way.
And listen, so I want to say this to you. If you're giving the poontang up just whenever you think somebody's cute and things like that, but you don't think that you need to change, then how will you giving up the poontang ever change?
It won't.
It won't. You will be on a roller coaster ride of being a hoe.
That's a rough ride.
And it's a rough ride. That is a rough ride. Listen, it assists you in being single throughout. Listen, we're going to talk about some shit. Turbulence, people. Something that we haven't talked about as much as we need to talk about it on this show is the most important years of your life. When you guys are on that roller coaster ride of being a hoe for too long, it assists you in not being able to acquire your life partner in the most important years of your life. Do you know how amazing dating is when you're dating in the most important years of your life? Do you know how fun having a significant other is when your knees are still in good shape? You can still jog with him on the beach. You guys can still do crazy positions in the bedroom. You're still vivacious. You're still energetic. Do you know that those are the best times to be in a relationship?
They are.
You guys are waiting till you're 50 years old and you're on Facebook dating. Are you nuts? This man is in the bedroom with you trying to pull this leg and this way. Hold on now, my hip now.
Dear God.
This man is on top of you giving you what he perceives to be good loving, and he's accidentally messed up and pulled one of your joints out of socket.
My back went out. It's gone.
You guys are ripping yourselves off from your most valuable dating years. There are a set of years that exist that are the funnest years to be dating. And it's typically around the ages of 29 to 35, and in some cases, maybe 40. But it starts going downhill at 40. When I mean going downhill, you start developing into that person that is looking at the next level of life, maturing, calming down. You don't even like certain foods anymore, things like that. You mellowed out. But if you take advantage of your most valuable dating years, you will have a hell of a time. You disagree with that?
I don't, but it's so sad because it's like a cycle. Like the 60s were horrible. All the millennials now, in certain cultures, it's like, fuck, my dad wasn't there. It was so hard. He left. Mom didn't love him. And it's this whole fucking thing. Yeah. And then now they're just out there giving it away. Their kids will be good because maybe they divested. But it's a shame. It's a cycle. It's so unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
What I don't understand, sweetie, is this. Okay, so are you dating right now?
Yes, I have a boyfriend.
You have a what?
A boyfriend.
Ooh, okay. Ooh.
Of 3 years.
I thought you said, yes, I have a wife.
No, I have siblings.
Okay. Okay, so check me out.
Yeah.
What color is that man? Black?
He is black, yes.
Guess how I know? Because black men are the shit. Men are the shit.
He's very sweet. He's
Okay, so I want to say this to you. 3 years. Mm-hmm. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of a man is this, do you believe? I'm talking, hold on. And I'm talking about, when I say how good of a man is he, I'm talking about if this man were to disappear out of your life right now, your life wouldn't be as comfortable as it is right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, how good of an addition is that man to your life?
Yeah, no, he's a 10 for sure.
Ooh, let's go. Turbulence, people. You go out in his truck. You find the condom. Upon investigation, you find out he's cheated 3 other times. Is that relationship over?
No, but it changes.
I can accept your answer. That, I don't like it, but I can accept it. Because realistically, I would have preferred if you said it will probably change for some time until I heal. You know what I mean?
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes, of course.
I respect you so much. Listen. You can't keep leaving these relationships and resetting all over. It's crazy.
It's too much. I got kids. Why do I no.
So what are you going to do? Now you're going to get rid of him and this new guy. Now you're going to introduce the kids to him. But hold on. Let's don't forget about this part. Let's don't forget about how many of your kids are attached or fond of the man you're dating now.
They love them.
See what I'm saying? What are you guys doing? Now you're going to break the love that I have for him.
Yeah, no.
You're going to break that up, and you're going to try to introduce me to another guy 3 months later?
But listen, certain women aren't aware of these influential things that your child is going through. They don't really understand the psyche of that.
No. We're going to go back to what we said at first. They're selfish and they don't care.
They're selfish bitches. Okay.
You think these women, listen, a lot of these women leave relationships not to see, but because they want to jump over the fence where that grass appears to be greener.
It's not.
My man is good. He's a good man. I'm not going to lie, but his swag, he's too responsible. You know, has swag. And I'm not going to lie. When Tay-Tay used to blow my back out, whoo,
Pause.
And they start thinking about that over time. And the more you think about it, the more you start bringing that thing into a realistic reality. Now, guess who? Listen, you just so happen to need some gas on Martin Luther King Boulevard today. Guess who you see at the gas station that you ain't seen in 6 years?
Ew.
Hey, stranger. No. The person you've had the best sex in your life with.
Regretfully.
And guess what that's going to do? Because you are not emotionally grounded and committed to your relationship, wholly committed, all that you and Tay-Tay used to do is going to start resurfacing. You might even go home later on sometime that week or that month, pull out your vibrator, to the memories that you and Tay Tay, because you just
That's
seen it.
pathetic. I'm sorry. That's really sad.
It is, but we know it's a reality.
Girl.
Why do you see so many instances of men finding out that children aren't theirs? Listen, women, a lot of women are so selfish that even when you're a millionaire, that's not enough to save you from women dipping out. There's millionaire basketball players finding out and soccer players finding out that children they have raised for 30 years are not theirs.
That's crazy.
I'm a millionaire. What more would you want? A good man, God-fearing man.
Such a sad world.
So the thing is this. What we have to do is we have to teach our sons. We have to get them. We have to tell our sons, even before they bring the conversation to us, I would be okay with you dating an Asian woman or a Latino woman or a woman. I would be okay with that. You have to let them know, because when you see communities and cultures that have high levels of damage circulating in them, well, that means even a lot of the good girls of that culture will be tainted and influenced by all of the music, all of the baddies, all of the reality shows that are taking place within that culture.
Sorry. It's very sad.
It's going to come a time where we have to start, like my son, do you have any clue what it takes for a woman to lock my son down?
A lot?
Yes, it does. It does. There's a woman right now who's crazy about him, but she made a couple of wrong moves, and he was like, whoa, okay. And now he still hangs out with her, but he's like, yeah, Dad, I'm not locking her down. Because she displayed, she's actually, I don't want to go too far in case she's so investigative that she might even found this boy's dad's podcast right now.
How old is your son?
He's like
you
that.
Don't mind me asking.
I can't say that right now. He's between 35 and 25.
Okay.
The reason I won't say is because people online, they try to gather information so that they can, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fine. But that's like a good age to just be dating.
Yes.
Yeah. He doesn't need to.
Has his finances in order.
Good for him.
So what we have to do, we have to get very serious. I'm talking about, as men, we are the groomers of the boys. We teach them all of the shortcuts, snares, traps, and pitfalls that we went through on our dating journeys so that they can avoid them, right?
Yeah.
It is incumbent upon men. It is incumbent upon men to start the conversation before the child starts it. Like, hey, listen, like, I'll be honest. I don't believe in blacks and whites dating. I don't believe in it. There's too much high-level dysfunctional history between the two, and it hasn't stopped yet. I don't knock, like, my closest homeboy on here, he's married to a white woman. So I don't knock it like that. I can respect someone who has done that, but I don't encourage it, right? Because I myself personally have not figured out a way to where there wouldn't be some bumps and roadblocks associated with that relationship. You know what I mean? It's not because I hate white people. I just find it very difficult that
there's a lot of weird role playing.
Yes. There's some history that our history hasn't stopped. It would have been different if whites had enslaved blacks, and then we left that back there with that, and then from then on, whites started treating blacks equally. But we still have systems in place where whites are superior to blacks in America. Bad things are being. They just found a 22-year-old girl hanging from a rope just the other day. Beautiful young black girl. Now we know where that came from. So me myself, rather than do the work that is required to and then they have studies that suggest that the key issue that black and white interracial couples face, what do you think it is?
The parents?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's the in-laws. Yes. And so I personally am not willing to spend the time that is required to overcome those obstacles when I could just go with a race that I'm not going to have those obstacles with. You see what I'm saying? But what I was speaking on is this. We really do. We have to get adamant. Black men, Mexican men, men of color. I respect the white men who subscribe to this channel because there's all kinds of information that benefits men as a general. I am a man's advocate. I am a man's advocate because no one else cares about men. I acknowledge all of the amazing contributions that white men have made to society. I can't help but to acknowledge it. I am not a biased person. I'm not someone who, because I love the black community so much and I'm pro-black, that I will overshadow the white people who have been amazing to me in my life. I won't do that. I have to acknowledge it. But I still also acknowledge the barriers that stand between us. And me, myself, personally, I believe black people have to focus on other black people or people of color, right? And here's what I mean. We have to teach our young boys to date outside of black women. We have to. We must. If those of us who really care, because that's not me saying that there aren't any amazing black women out there, because I have access to them. The black women I've dated are perfect. It was me.
Tell them where to find them.
Huh?
Just tell them where to find those women, and then they can.
Well, here's I agree with that, but she said, tell them where to find them. Now, here's the problem with that, sweetie. Here's the problem with that. Look at Jasmine Crockett. I believe Jasmine Crockett went to an Ivy League school. Jasmine Crockett doesn't even come from the background that we are, the rough background that we all come from. Yet, because of how hypnotic and influential the black culture is, it even taints people who weren't raised like that. So you'll catch them trying to be hood. We know men who were raised up in suburban areas and now they're carrying pops. Like, my nigga, why you got that?
Our real culture was stripped.
I agree.
This is that we have now.
This isn't our culture. This isn't our culture. White America made this culture up and they dumped it and branded it as black culture because it's toxic, because it's detrimental. They determine who gets record deals, and they determine what lyrics are said from those artists. They determine what come across our television screens. They determine how much negativity associated with Black America gets pushed across social media.
Just read books, turn off the TV.
But they're not going to read books.
No.
They're not going to read books. Shout out to my brother Lovelace in the building, rocking out with us with the super chat. You already know the business, brother. Is that AJ? Yeah, AJ's down. We have to get direct about this. We have to get really direct about this because we've tried a lot of things. You understand that? We've tried a lot of things. And what we've come to understand is outside of direct force and removing ourselves away from them, a lot of black women are bad for black men to date. Because see, men, we did not, what's the word? We did not reject and dismiss our nature. Men admit, and we're proud to admit, we can still be influenced by women. But the problem with that is what type of women do we have available to be influenced by? See what I'm saying? See, because men need nurturing from women too. We need what women have to offer. But what kind of women do we have at our disposal to help build us up? To help us get to that next level? Sweetie, do you understand that women in the black community are saying they don't want to build a Bob? So you don't see no potential in me? You won't use your income tax check to help me with this idea I've been talking about for some years? We have women who won't even help build with us. And that's crazy.
Very sad.
I don't want no build a Bob. Well, other races of women don't mind. See, what black women consider a build a Bob, other races of women consider me helping my man get on. Yeah. And listen, can you imagine how many times in the white community, the Asian community, the Latino community, can you imagine how many times in those communities a woman has contributed financially to some of her man's ideas, and the first idea didn't go right, right? The first one didn't work. And 2 years later, he had another idea. It didn't go right. They didn't stop investing in him until that damn thing was called Amazon. You don't just invest in someone one time and then it blows up. Statistically, your first 2 or 3 inventions aren't going to go right. But all of the experience that he gained from trying the first one, trying the second one, this man really has real life experience. And so now the fourth one or so, or the third one, those things are going to have higher odds of success. But we have a group of women who say, I don't want no damn Build-A-Bob. We have a group of women who, when we're down on our luck, they call us Ray Rays and Pookies.
That's why they're one of many.
Ray Rays and Pookies. I can't be someone who let me ask you this. Has life ever been too hard on you?
Yeah.
All of us, 100% of humans, life has knocked on them. Some people have lost their lives when they were on their way to a date with a woman that they've been wanting to date for some years. And she finally called and said yes. And this man is on cloud 9, on his way to pick her up, and did not know that the same route that he was traveling, a drunk driver is traveling that same route. Yeah. Life throws down on us sometimes. Yeah. But we have a group of women in the African American community, when life throws down on us, our women don't assist us. They make fun of us. They'll get on TikTok and say, girl, not I was dating this nigga and he gonna ask me to help. He got arrested, drunk driving or whatever, and he gonna ask me, can I help him, da-da-da-da-da. That's crazy. If you're dating this guy long term, why wouldn't you assist him? It's crazy. Because what we do know is men have not lost who we are. Men still open doors for women. We still, on our first date meeting you, we're investing in you. We're paying for the dinner. We're paying for everything. On the first date, you are a stranger to us. And yet, we're at that moment spending money on you, investing in you. We're just so different. You guys lost your role. You don't know that your role was supposed to be there for us when we are down. But in the black community, they think that that's the opposite. They think that when a man is down, that's their perfect opportunity
to escape,
to put their foot on his neck and make it worse. Well, hey, what do they say? They say, kick him when he down. Our women look at it like that's the perfect opportunity to kick him when he down. Now, she might have taken some. You see what the girl did to Bobby Brown? What was her name? Superhead? Superhead recorded Bobby Brown when he was going through it, and he was over her house, sleep on the couch. She recorded it and put it on social media. He was snoring. He might have been slobbering a little bit. His head wasn't calm. Why would you exploit that man like that?
She's a horrible person.
Yes. This is what we're saying.
She slept in a car for years and years.
Yes.
No offense to those that have to, but this.
Listen, so do you see right now why we have to keep this conversation going?
Yeah.
We can't let up.
That you need to, yeah. And those that understand, they're not going to, I get it. So.
You got any questions for me before I go?
No, thank you so much.
I appreciate you for rocking out with me, sweetie.
Okay.
All right.
All right, bye.
She's always sweet as hell. Which is why a man is more prone to feeling bad if he does something that's considered treating her wrong. Men will even occasionally treat a good woman bad. It's called being imperfect. We can succumb to some of our temptations and do something that will hurt a good woman. But we will still care very deeply about that woman. We will still be willing to do things that jeopardize ourselves about that woman. We just fall short sometimes, just like women do with their mouths. Just like women do with relinquishing large levels of their feminine behavior. Just like women do when they get sassy and lose their mouth sometimes. We're all imperfect human beings. Just like women do when they know men would prefer that they come to a relationship child-free, not having had other men's kids, but it got the best of them. Now they're single moms, and now they have to present themselves to men who are on the market as a woman who, but I just want to tell you, I do have a kid. Right? Give me a second, people. I don't know why this does this. I don't know why. Give me a second, people. I don't know why it does this. I don't know what's going on. We're getting very, very poor viewership on YouTube. I really don't understand it. I need you guys on YouTube to hit the thumbs up button and share the show. Hit the thumbs up button and share the show. I'm wondering, am I going to continue streaming on Facebook? Because I'm starting to pick up a pattern. On Facebook, there's usually small amounts of people, so it's almost not beneficial to stream on Facebook. I think that's what we're going to do. Let me see if I can get, well, I'm not going to get them off now. Facebook, I am going to advise you guys, if you want to continue rocking with the show, you're probably going to be better off subscribing to the YouTube and coming to the YouTube every day at 6:30, because I don't see the benefit in streaming to Facebook. I've seen several times. Right now, I don't even want to repeat the number of people who are on Facebook that are, right? Yeah, that's what I do. Let me see. Some women see checking them and holding them accountable as hating women. I agree. I don't think they don't really agree that they just really use that to persuade us to be quiet and stop saying the things that condemn their behavior and make them feel guilty. Shout out to my girl, Rhea. I'm not sure, but I've been pondering probably pulling back on the live shows and just uploading content. There's a lot that goes into this everyday show. You wouldn't believe. There's a lot. So I'm going to pray. I've been pondering just, probably cancel the live shows for a bit and just continue to upload the good content, I don't know. I'm going to have to ponder on that. Shout out to Mayhem, the goddess over here rocking with us on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, people. So those of you who rock with the show, but you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, you'd probably be better off, subscribing to the YouTube, because I'm going to always go live on YouTube every day. But the viewership is kind of so wishy-washy on Facebook and blah, blah, blah. Send no sauce up in this situation. You know what it is. But listen, I want to show you guys something. We have come to a place where talking to the women is kind of the last option before leaving them. I want to show you something.
Never, and I mean never, date an educated woman, a successful woman, a wealthy woman, a rich girl, a dominant woman, a competitive woman, a woman that is fixed on becoming a successful entrepreneur, someone going up the career ladder, any kind of woman like that, you never ever go near. not because she's evil, not because she's a bad person, but because it is completely out of alignment with her nature. What you have to understand is that women in the modern age are currently operating completely outside of their nature. The feminist ideology that women for the last 50 years have been inflicted upon has been so intense.
I want you guys to pay attention to what he said. You never ever, those of you who are looking for a wife, someone to live this journey of life with, do you know how tough of a time you're going to have trying to do that with an empowered woman, a driven and ambitious woman? She's going to be the exact opposite of what her nature was. What you see in America is the overwhelming majority of women are operating almost 80% outside of what God ordained them. Think about the description and the assignment that God gave women. Does it sound like anything like Oprah Winfrey? Does it sound anything? Listen, women are not supposed to have a leadership role. Now, I know as the world turns, things evolve and situations occur that calls for us to evolve in roles and things like that. But what we've come to understand is these women don't have the ability to evolve and maintain their feminine nature. They don't have the ability. They evolve and turn into bosses. They evolve and then start questioning why they should have to follow the leadership of their husband when she makes $25,000 a year more than him. And now what you have done is you have broken the link between you and the leadership that God knew was the best leadership for you to have, because now you view it as, how come I can't be the leader of this house? There will always be some pushback whenever you make a suggestion, because do you know how hard it would be for you to be a very successful woman, right? And not spend some money when your husband suggests that it's a bad idea? It will be tough. But yet God has placed that man over you to make sure that you don't go on a crusade of chronically bad decision making. See, because here in this life, it only takes us 1 or 2 bad decisions to set ourselves back 10 years. It will take 10 years to make up for that bad decision that we made in our life. Let's go.
To essentially convince women that their natural existence on this planet, which is to have children, is oppressive. That is one of the greatest tragedies that has ever occurred in modern times. The reason why the messaging is so strong and so consistent is because it is completely out of alignment with nature. So it has to be maintained constantly. If you let up that messaging for just one moment, nature itself would come up and remind women of their actual purpose in this life. We have decided in this world that materialism, money, is somehow more profound and more.
I agree with what the brother said. Here's what he is basically saying. He is saying the reason why we have to continue having these shows and speaking out about this thing, because the systems that they have in place to promote feminism and things like that, they aren't letting up. They're continuing to chime out the media influences all over social media that further encourage these women to embed the feminism and independent woman movement in their hearts. The reason that they have to keep these influences and things like that floating across these reality shows, floating through music, floating across social media, is because if they stopped today, eventually a woman's natural nature would kick in and remind her that she's supposed to be a feminine woman. She's supposed to be a classy woman. So they put millions of dollars behind these campaigns.
More important than our nature, than our natural instinct to procreate, make more humans, and continue the bloodline. This is an absolute tragedy. And as men, if you date a woman that is in that position, that she has provided for herself, she has ticked off all of the bucket lists, she's financially stable, she's got everything.
Okay, somebody just said that my notifications don't come no more. I don't know why I was an hour late. I stumbled on it. That's crazy. And I figured something was wrong. That's why our viewership is small. I figured something was wrong. Let's go.
A man would normally provide her, but she has accomplished it on her own. There is no space for you as a man to enter into that woman's life. Nature than our natural instinct to procreate, make more humans, and continue the bloodline. This is an absolute tragedy. And as men, if you date a woman that is in that position, that she has provided for herself, she has ticked off all of the bucket lists, she's financially stable, she's got everything a man would normally provide her, but she has accomplished it on her own. There is no space for you as a man to enter into that woman's life. And what will happen is the only way that polarity can exist is by the man submitting to that proxy man, which is a woman pretending to be a man, a woman that has adopted all of the traits of...
Here's what we're basically saying. Long ago are the days of trying to fix things. Do you know what works more efficiently, accurately, and quicker than getting with someone because they have several of the traits you desire in a significant other, but they also have some things about them that make dating them tough? Do you know what's exponentially more efficient than that? Going to someone who's not broken and therefore don't require as much fixing. If you find an amazing, beautiful looking African-American woman, but you do see some of the ghetto ways in her, some of the eyelashes and long fingernails, but she's beautiful, which is what attracted you to her, it's going to be tough for you to get over those other things, because what has grounded you in your interest in her is something, her looks, that is not as important as what you're going to have to deal with the majority of the time, which is her behavior. So it would be best. I tell people this often. I read a very, very amazing book. It was called, oh my gosh, From Good to Bad, right? And what they did was, it was a Napoleon Hill designed book. What they did was they did studies of the most amazing companies that have went on to be great companies, and the ones that were great that went down to good, right? There was an instance where they found in one company, Japanese supervisors came to look at the company, and what they found out was, instead of giving people promotions and things like that to encourage them to work harder and things like that, instead of doing that, no, they said you get the right people on the bus the first time. They created a little plant in a country type town, right? Rural farm area. And the mindset of those people, it wasn't in their minds to do shortcuts. They're just simply not those type of people. One guy was in the company that they placed in that area, and all of the other workers chased him out with pitchforks at one time because he was slacking on the job and things like that. They had the right people. They had the right people working for them. Those people don't have to be supervised. They simply don't like shortcuts as the people that they are. And it is the same thing when you're dating. Instead of getting someone who you're going to have to do a lot of fixing on, why not get the right person on the bus in the first time? Get somebody who was raised with their father in their life. Get somebody who still has culture in them. Get somebody who still believes that passing her body around to multiple men is ew, right? Instead of you trying to persuade this girl who you're fascinated with her looks, you're trying to persuade her to never cheat on you. All of the evidence that you know about her suggests, no, she likes sex, and she's probably very capable of cheating. You're going to spend a great deal of your time with this woman being skeptical of her, when in fact, it would be more suitable for you to go down in looks a little bit in order to get that woman that you are 100% comfortable with. And you can't even picture the degree of this woman slipping out or letting them. The women I've dated, I didn't have to worry about them cheating because they think to just let a random man have their body is disgusting. This is the caliber of women that they are. I never really had to worry about them cheating. It's gross to them. So you get the right person on the bus the first time.
A successful, powerful, competitive, competent man with excellence, except one problem: she's a woman. Reality always wins. It doesn't matter how much you try to push against it. Reality wins. Nature wins. You cannot beat nature, and we are seeing this now in the modern age. Men, it is your time to step back into your masculine frame. We no longer are going to stand for this, and at the same time, we can't give women the excuse to point out and say, where are all the good men at? We as men have dropped the ball. We as men allowed this, and we as men will take it back, and we do it through becoming better men again, stepping back into purpose.
You can't become better men if women keep having men without their fathers. I'm not going to say you can't, but it makes it exponentially more difficult. It trips us out that you guys will procreate us with someone who's not going to stick around, and then later on when we're called deadbeat dads, you're shocked that I'm a deadbeat dad when you didn't give me a dad to model after. Think about this. Think about the preparations that goes into tests at school before you take tests. They give you pre-tests and things because they don't expect you. They give you things to study. They don't expect you to be confronted with this test that you've never encountered and for you to do very well on it. They give you things to study. But yet here you are bringing us into this world without a man to model ourselves after, yet you expect us to be an adequate man. That does not sound right, and I hope it doesn't sound right to you. It does not make good sense. This is why we continue to have these conversations. We continue to have these conversations because if we don't have the conversations, you will get worse and worse. You know how we know? 40 years ago, when you guys had Oprah Winfrey, Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, right, Jenny Jones, and all of these, men didn't have a voice. You guys had a free-for-all to say all manner of things about men and do what you wanted to do in society without men giving you any pushback about it. And you got worse. You didn't get better. Men didn't even have a voice then. And you got worse and worse and worse and worse. I would love to know how many virgins there are in America today. Women. That's almost not even cool anymore. Jeez. Who is this? What is this? Give me a couple of ladies up here. I got some questions. Give me a couple of ladies up here. Yoli said we must have godly men. It's really going to just go back to what we said. Yoli, do you really expect us to be able to turn out to be godly men when we're raised by women? We will borderline likely be very feminine, and some might be bi-curious. I just want you guys to think about it from this context. I want you to think about it. Imagine a cat being raised by a pit bull. That is very, 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 very closely related to boys being raised by women. We're not really going to turn out right. Do some turn out right? Yes, some turn out right. But the overwhelming majority, up in the 80 percentile rate, they turn out bad. They have inadequacies. They crave attention at the later years of their life. A lot of them end up shy and don't do well with women, socially awkward, not sure or confident of themselves, don't have a lot of the masculine traits that men are supposed to have in order to get through life. There are a lot of things that happen to us when we do not have a man to model ourselves after. But unfortunately, we live in a society today where women aren't picking the men that they're going to have sex with based on the caliber of man that he is. They're picking the men based upon whether or not he looks sexually appealing. What do you think is going to happen out of that? She said godly men don't follow women. They follow Christ. I agree. And there has to be a man in a boy's life to teach him that. The women aren't teaching them that. The women are teaching the boys to do TikTok dances with them, which something I'm firmly against. I am firmly against boys doing TikTok dances. It is a feminine trait. You have no business doing it. Men are supposed to have an image of caution wrapped around them to where people know to take them serious when it's time to take them serious. Could you take a person serious and he's on? Would you take a person like that serious? Would you fear a person like that when it's time to fear him? To me, you're bi-curious if I even see you doing that. Dancing on TikTok with your mom? What type of training is that? Where does that training lead a person? At what point in time do I need to know this? When is that going to come in handy in my life? When is me dancing with my mom on TikTok going to come in handy in my life? Men have a different assignment than women, and we need to be fully equipped with the tools that God put at our disposal in order to be efficient men through life, in order to execute the tasks that God has assigned us, or we won't really fully adequately be able to perform those tasks. Where do you guys think all of these feminine boys are coming from? You think that comes from being raised by a masculine man? No. We know better. We know better. Shout out to the ma'am goddess up in this situation, rocking out with us. Ma'am the goddess says, so grateful I was raised in a two-parent home. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have my husband, and he reminds me of my father. Okay. We're about to go in now. Now we're about to go in based off of the information she just provided. A lot of you don't even know the significance of what she just said. You don't even know. We're going to do this again. So grateful I was raised in a two-parent home. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have my husband, and he reminds me of my father. Do you know that they say that's one of the great things that propels a woman to be okay being under the leadership of her man and following his instructions? Because she will be able to have a reference points back to her father where she's familiar with a man giving her instructions, where she's familiar with a man governing her. It won't be foreign to her. But a woman who never got to experience the leadership and the governing of a man, when she gets older and she starts dating and a man starts leading her and correcting certain things she does, she'll take offense to it. She'll take offense for, I only have one daddy, right? She'll say things like that. She'll take offense to this man's leadership and his instructions, especially based on what social media and society today is telling these women. Do you know who has it the toughest in America? It's single women. It's not married women. It's single women who have it the toughest in America. It's single women who don't have a protector. It's single women who are goofballs running around. I pay my bills all by myself, independent woman. You sound stupid at high levels. You're telling me you think paying all of your life expenses by yourself is a bigger flex than only having to pay 50% of yours because this man over here pays the other half? You people are insane to us. How can you make paying 100% of your life expenses a bigger flex than being so valuable that another man seen the value in you and said, I want to make sure that life never gets too hard on her? Do you see how backwards that is? And our women have fallen for it. Our women have fallen for it. There's something wrong with this. I don't know why this is doing. Oh, okay, there it go. How can we assert our principles as a man to our boys when the modern woman does everything to block our influence? Right. And with that, they have the influence of the American government to make it double time harder to allow us the proper amounts of access to our children that we need to instill our principles in them. These women are so powerful. Listen, and the American government assisted them with that because they knew it would cripple the black community. That's why they don't do the things. They haven't written certain parental rights into law because they thought it would help the black community. It decimated us. Why on earth would you give emotional women the power to dictate how often the father gets to see his child? When all studies, even Charlie Kirk said that is the great catastrophe of the black community, the fatherless children. So if the American government was out for the best interest of blacks, why would it give women the ability to determine and dictate how often men get to see their children? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Listen, Instagram, I need you guys to tap that screen. Get those likes up. I need you guys to am I tripping? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Show love to the show, because that's when more people will come in and we'll have more engagement going on and the party will begin. Right? My brother turned the comments off on TikTok. TikTok, we need 25,000 likes. Because you guys know as well as I do, the show doesn't get heated up. We're at the hour and 30-minute mark. We know this is when the show starts to heat up, right? You have great content, my brother. Salute to you, my brother. Rob, too dope in this situation. Much love to you, brother. Okay, there it is. I'm going to read a couple of these. Explain Magic Johnson's son. Now, I don't want to put this on that man because I'm not sure, but I'll just say it like this. I do believe that Dwayne Wade had some part to do with his son turning out like that, and I mean in a physical way. A lot of that is going on. When you are a masculine man and you overly champion and promote your son liking to get his butthole blew out by other men, that's saying something to me. That's saying something to me. In my personal opinion, I believe Dwayne Wade might have touched that boy. I said it. Hold on. What in the world? Hold on. Where's the other one at? Oh, yeah. I'm not even going to do that. I'm going to do it like this. I hate how I'm going to have to find a better way to do this, but we are working on, 4 different platforms. ZF!
Hey, what's up, Mr. Prince?
Man, listen here, man. It seems like I couldn't lose if I tried to, man. Tell me how you feeling.
Oh, you know me. I'm like Parker Lewis. I can't lose.
That's what I'm talking about. What you got for me?
Man, well, I just came in to say these likes are atrocious. I asked for 15,000 likes to turn the comments on over an hour ago. And we still ain't there.
You know what to do.
And that's why they're up. And now it's moved to 25 when we really should be at 50 already. This is the first time there's been less than 40 people in. We topped out at 90. It's been averaging 60. And that's why y'all comments is off.
Hey,
y'all love to come in here. Y'all love to come in here, argue, make your points, and that's cool. A lot of y'all just come in here to talk shit. Whatever. But tapping the screen, really? You can't do that? Okay, then I don't care what you're talking about. Y'all can just sit back and enjoy Stacey Prince and not have a damn thing to say.
Shout out to Mayhem, the goddess that rolled over here to YouTube with us and lock in. I always advise those of you who are on Facebook, those of you who are on Instagram, those of you who are on TikTok, come over here to YouTube, because when we play these videos, you get to see them, but on the other platforms, you can't see them. You get the full impact of the show. It's not going to hurt you to pause right now, go to YouTube at The Real Stacey Prince, and even if you want to continue watching on one of the other platforms, just press the subscribe button. That way you'll know when we're going live every day. Go ahead, brother.
So here's the other thing. I see y'all when y'all come check my profile, and here's the reason you ain't got nothing to say. I'm that dude. I'm so dope. When I was born, the doctor weighed me on a triple B. Quit playing with me.
Oh, man.
Quit playing with me. Y'all come over here, checking my profile. Oh, let's see what he's talking about. Well, scroll every video you want. I don't care. Give me the views.
Hey.
But what you're not going to do is have nothing to argue about, because everything I spit is facts.
I'm telling you right now, man, I am very sure that man that Rhea got down there, you guys see it says Rhea Pink, that man is probably inside of a very good relationship that he appreciates. I peep out some of the things that Rhea says sometimes. And you kind of just have to be a certain caliber of woman to know these things. Listen, look what she just said. Get up under some instruction. How can you go wrong if you create a scenario where instead of being able to rely on the only one brain that you have two? The things that you don't see, your significant other will see. And therefore, you will be 2 times more capable of avoiding bad life decisions, of avoiding bad circumstances. But we got a group of women who think they're really hitting hard when they say, I'm single. You're goofy. You're missing out. And other women have a significant advantage going over you. Other women, when they come home from work, they get to take Friday's check and put a portion of it into their own savings, because she doesn't have to squeeze her her whole check dry to pay all of the bills because somebody else is helping her pay. You people blow our minds. You blow our minds. Listen, Clayton's just subscribe to the channel. Listen, those of you who have not become members of the YouTube, you're missing out on 4 and 5 hour long shows that we've done over the last 4 years. The hottest interviews that we've done. If you want to become a member, it's $2.99 a month. Just press the join button on YouTube. Hot content on there that you haven't seen. Close to 800 shows, right? You have anything else for me, Zia?
Yeah, we need 10,000 more likes to get the comments turned back on. We had, at one time we had 90 people in here, and y'all didn't want to tap the screen. So now it's on the 30 of y'all to get 10,000 likes. See how that works? So when we hit 25K, I'll turn the comments back on. But until then, I don't know what to tell you. But
shout out to Mayhem, the goddess. She been snapping with us today. Again,
everybody can't go, man.
Everybody can't go. 100%.
But the ones that listen. The ones that don't get left behind. And with that, be safe and have a great day.
Come on, man. You understand me? But I will say this. Although everybody's not gonna make it, you don't have to crash and burn on your way out. Jeez. You don't have to leave with herpes. You don't have to have left with HIV. You people are crashing and burning before our very eyes. Do you know how significantly it impacts a person's life? To have 3 children by 3 different men, and you call yourself, you still want a life partner? Do you know how difficult it is to achieve a life partner when you have 2 or 3 children by 2 or 3 different men? Men don't like walking into that. We don't want it. And instead of acknowledging that that has a significant place, a significant role in what you're going through, you guys like to say men ain't shit. No, your choice of sexual partners ain't shit. Let me get back to the show, ZF. What the hell just happened? Hey. I am definitely going to have to figure out a way to where the microphone can run through all three of these. Like, eesh. Okay, that, oh snap. So that one is, boom, get this one going. Keep this, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll do it like that. Listen, Yoli said marriage is protection, favor, and blessing. Yeah, like because you gotta think. Look at all of the things that single women have to worry about that married women don't have to worry about. It's crazy. Listen, I want to say this. We got to go ahead and say it. We don't want to because we don't want to encourage bad behavior. Turbulence, people. Listen, I understand a hoe phase, okay? I understand a brief, short hoe phase. I understand that there may be 3 men who you always thought were fine. Some of them you've hugged at one point in time, and that nigga smelled so good. Right? Some men who you just weren't able to escape the allure of every time you see him, the way he walks just rocks the core of your boots. I understand that, right? I also understand that even once your appetite for him reaches its pinnacle and he blows your butt out, that there's going to be someone after him who moves you the same way. And you're going to want to taste test that individual. Hell, it's going to happen 3 or 4 times. But here's our thing. You guys are going to have to catch on that that's what's taking place in your life. You can't keep having sex with everyone who moves you a certain way. It breaks you as women. A lot of you guys don't have any self-respect because you've already lost it some time ago. Based on all of the things that you know you've done. Even you know that you're not justified in having self-respect. And that's why some of you don't have self-respect or dignity. Because of all that you know that you've done. Things that you know you weren't supposed to do. You guys know that you've allowed several men to nut and come inside of you. Right? Do you know that a man coming inside of you is supposed to be something so special? Like, somebody asked me what my fetish was a while ago. And I told them to have a situation, a companionship, where I can be 100% comfortable sexually with a woman, even to the point of releasing inside of her. They said, my guy, that's common. It's not common for me. I'm not releasing in just anybody. That is a special, special thing. That is a bond that is being created. If me, Stacey Prince, if I release in you, you better know that I consider you mine. And I'm not talking about a full-blown relationship, but I do expect that me and you are in a companionship to where we're dealing with each other, nobody else, and we have respect for each other. We don't even have to have put a title in it. That's how I date people. That's how I've been telling you guys this for the longest. That's how I date. I date inside of companionships. And if that companionship turns into something amazing, fine. But I don't like rushing to put titles on things. I like for it to tell us where it's going, right? You're not supposed to be nutting in just random people, and you're not supposed to be just letting random people nut in you. That is a sacred act. And when people are allowed to nut inside of you, you lose more and more aspects of your sacredness. And I'm talking about even in the eyes of society. Even in the eyes of society. You are no longer one of those women who it would be a privilege to nut inside of. The women I deal with, it is a privilege and it is an honor to me that she will let me release inside of her. You know why? Because in my eyes, with everything that's going on in society, the way I look at it, I look at it like, with all that we know that is out there, for this woman to let me release in her, it says what she thinks about me. It says, in my eyes, this is a valuable man. I deem him worthy to jeopardize my life. I believe that if I allow him to nut in me, I'll be safe. Because I don't believe he's the caliber of man that would give me something that I have to worry about. It's an honor to me when a woman gets to the point where she's okay with us having unprotected. It's an honor to me because it says so much. It gives you a glimpse of what she thinks about you and what she feels about you. But turbulence, people. There's a huge plethora of women who that's not their thinking pattern. They're just letting men nut in them. They don't know it's supposed to be sacred. All they know is it feels better than when you put a condom on. And this is where your low value status comes from. Every time you do something romantically that you're not supposed to be doing, your value depreciates. Your dating value decreases. And I'm not talking about if he goes out and tells everybody about it. I'm talking about you start behaving differently because even you know all of the debaucherous things that you've done. So you can't walk out in society as confident as you would be, able to hold your head up if you were a woman who did make sure that only very special men in your life had access to your body, who did make sure that not many men at all had. Have you ever noticed that women who have kept themselves, they walk inside of a different allure than women who have let it go? It's because they have every right to. They feel the ability to do that because they know that they've held themselves in an integrable manner. So they walk around in an integrable manner. Some people like to refer to them as got her nose all in the air. No, she feels good about herself because of the way she knows she's carried herself in her life. You don't know how to feel good about yourself because you have no justification to feel good about yourself. Your butthole's torn loose right now. Right now. You told him, I can't come the regular way no more.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang.
Some of you have misbehaved so profusely to where you can't even get off the regular way anymore. You've stuck objects in you, Dom Perignon bottles, and I'm telling you the truth. I know this. Some of you are ruined so badly to where it almost takes a Super Saiyan of a man to get you to calm. At this point, you need a real life jackhammer. It's because all that you have experienced that you should not have experienced from multiple different men. And that's why we treat you like we treat you. People, we don't have any show supporters. It's Friday night, people. We got to do better than this. We are 8 minutes away from our cutoff time. 2 hours is usually the place. If we haven't met our show goal of $50, that's when we usually cut the show off. Let's keep the show going, people. If you rock with the show, support the show. The Real Stacy Prince on PayPal and Cash App or YouTube. Here we go. I'm getting starting to get pissed off. Those of you who rock with the show on Instagram, if you want to support the show, I just pinned the Cash App in the comments. Let us know that you rock with the content. Let us know to keep on going with the content. Let's go, people. We're about to go on an intermission. We need some show supporters to keep this thing going. We are at the 2-hour mark. Let's get to it to keep the show going, people. The Cash App and PayPal information is at the bottom of the screen on YouTube, people. Let's go. Boy, ZF done shut the comments off for real. I've never seen a bare screen on TikTok in the world. Where's our show supporters at, people? Hit that Cash App, that PayPal, or that YouTube. Let's go. Cash App at the bottom of the screen on YouTube. The Real Stacey Prince. All right, people. Well, I guess about to wrap the show on up. We are at our 2-hour mark, and we have not met our show goal tonight. Instagram, I appreciate you guys for rocking out with us tonight. Those of you who have not subscribed to the YouTube, it's your best move, and we're out of here.
You come at the king, you best not miss.
All right, people, we're about to get on up out of here then. Listen, I appreciate my day ones and my stay ones for rocking out with us. Shout out to Lovelace and Miss Mayhem for supporting the show. And we out of here.